We live?
Yes, we are.
Good morning, Dudley. Here we are, your Dudley Board of Assessors, bright and early, ready to take the world on and solve the problems. Oh no, that's not what we're doing today? I thought that was on the schedule.
Solve the whole world's problem. I'd help Dudley.
Well, I know you have opinions. All right, so you can get paid again.
Thank you.
Joanne, you want to start with
Okay. I make a motion we approve the minutes from the September 30th meeting of 2016.
Tom has to abstain because he wasn't here. I'll second it, make it unanimous.
Okay, I make a motion to approve 230325 and motor vehicle excise abatements for the month of September 2016.
I will second that.
We'll make it unanimous.
Make a motion to approve the overlay release in the amount of $148,000.
May I ask a question? The newspaper said 300,000 this morning.
From overlay?
No, from new growth.
Yeah, no. This is from the overlay to
Yeah,
cover,
you're right, sorry.
to cover the articles at town meeting.
Yep.
I haven't been in tune recently. What are we doing here? So just before I vote. How much
Our overlay account is set up for abatements and other things that come up during the year. So all we're doing is taking the money that we have in there out to pay the bills.
Okay, so
Is
we,
that essentially correct?
Floor, yeah. You
which
said that better
bills,
than I could have.
which bills are we paying?
The ones that were voted at
town
town
meeting.
meeting
Oh,
The
okay.
town meeting articles.
from May.
Some are paid with free cash, some are paid with overlay.
Okay. I'll second that.
This is money we didn't have, but we spent it anyways.
Of course, it's the American way.
Town government, yes, that works.
So that's what we're doing. As you know, in past administrations, they tried to use our overlay account as a budgeting method for fudging the budget, and we certainly didn't go along with that. You know, they would have they would make the overlay $300,000 when it's typically $150.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not too popular, but
How much is left in the overlay account?
just money.
After this, there's 203.
So 55.
Yeah.
Okay, 55,000.
And that's money set aside for lawsuits and other things.
Yeah, we have two ATV cases with Verizon.
Right.
And I had a conference yesterday, and they're saying that they're only going to ask for, everybody settled at 7% of total, no interest paid back. So it was $84,000 over 2 years that they're fighting at the appellate tax board. They're thinking, they settled with 30 other cities and towns, that we only have to pay them back 7%. So instead of owing $84,000, we're only going to owe them like $7,000.
Okay.
So there's plenty in the overlay for that, and they're not charging us interest, which is really good.
In your package, there's an overlay account analysis that
No, there's only one.
Oh, there's only one. So, being chairman, the big kahuna, I'll share it with you.
Thank you.
Are there 3 copies there, and I didn't put them in your
There are
packet?
3 copies here, yes,
Oh, I'm
because I looked at
sorry.
it, I'm saying,
I didn't put them in your packets. I did make one for each, though.
Thank
Okay.
you.
good.
Very good.
So that gives you the,
Good.
I was just babbling about.
We need an actual vote here.
And the legislature did change it now, so that you don't have to, so we'll have to pay back fiscal 10 and 11 out of overlay. Legislature just went through that you can have the overlay in just one account, and you can bounce it from from fiscal year to fiscal year. So say we're short in fiscal 10
Yeah.
to pay back,
Yeah.
we can use it from fiscal 16. You don't have to take it from that
How could we
year.
be short in 10?
We released it.
We released it,
Yeah,
and we
if you
still
look
had
on
bills
there.
from 2010?
So what it would have been is,
$19.98.
so what we would have
I
had to do
got
is we would have to go to town meeting and ask
Yeah,
to
yeah,
transfer
yep,
that
yep.
from that year to the current year. Now you don't even have to do that.
So you can move the overlay account within years, fiscal
Mhm.
years.
So if you have a deficit in one year,
I
you
can't
can
believe
take it
that
out of
the
another year.
legislature got that right. Wow,
A lot just went through in the last few
holy
months. so
crap.
A lot of good things.
Yeah, usually they solve one problem and create 6 more. This is amazing. Okay, as Joanne said, we need to vote on this because I interrupted
And then
the
I
motion to get clarification.
Yeah, I think I seconded it.
Okay, we'll make it unanimous.
Okay.
The whole purpose of us being in the meeting this morning, right?
Right.
Keep the selectmen happy, town manager happy. I'm happy that they're happy.
When we can.
Yeah, exactly. So what are these slips that are here? Assessors copy.
Oh, those are just our file copies for the excise abatements that were issued.
Okay. So what is happening with our reval?
We're done.
We are done.
All our values have been approved, the new growth's been approved, so now, after town meeting on the 8th, we're gonna start working on the recap sheet.
So what happens with values? They're going up.
Yeah, I think, commercials bumped up very slightly. Condos, I believe, went down a little bit. Single-family houses didn't go up even 5%.
So the growth from 2014 is what we're reflecting in this reval,
Right.
because that's the sales comparables that we're using. Okay, that sounds right. We'll get a big bump in the next couple of years, though.
Yeah, those were sales from 15. We're in 16, right? Yeah, I'm working in 17, so
Right,
yeah.
15.
Those are sales from 15. But the reval, the mass reval is next year, so
Is that the 10-year one or the 3-year one?
3. And now that's another thing, a change in legislature. It's only going to be every 5 years now after this year. So that is going,
All
so,
this hard work we're doing to keep values.
well, we're still going to do the interims
Oh, we are,
every year.
okay.
They're just the mass reval, the one that's costly,
Got it,
is going
yeah.
to be every 5 years, which will save the town a lot of money.
Save all the towns a lot of money. I mean, you know, as appraisers do, they make time adjustments. So now that the towns are allowed to do that, that's perfect. What else is happening? Are we any closer to having a full-time clerk?
I did put in the budget from January to June to
Yeah.
make her full-time.
Yeah.
And in May, I'm going to put the funds in, request the funds to keep her full-time.
And how's that looking?
Good.
Good. Good.
Yeah, they didn't question it. Put it in, recommended it.
What is the new growth going to be?
175.
175, okay. That still exceeds our
It was
budget.
double from the prior year.
Yeah, and we put in, what, 1 1/4
What do you mean?
in the budget? Didn't we budget, we have a new growth budget figure.
I put in 75.
You did, okay. Oh, the same as the year before?
Yeah.
I got you, okay.
I try to be conservative.
Yeah,
just
of
in
course.
case.
So we picked up $100,000. Good, nice job. Nice job. How far behind are you on building permits and stuff?
Haven't even started them
Yeah.
since July 1st.
You know, I said this before, I'm gonna say it in a public meeting, or whatever this is. You need to close that office another day to get out there and do these building permits. Close the office. That's how we generate income. $175,000 came in because of you going out and doing building permits. We're the engine of growth here.
We have almost 400 building permits last year.
Wow. 400,
Oh, my God.
more than one a day.
Maggie just got 50-something put on her desk this week.
And most of those are not like going out and doing a new house, so you're redoing your plan, the field card, updating all of that information
That's on the
it.
sales.
Yeah.
That's when I go out on the sales. I'm gonna, once Maggie's full-time, I'm gonna start sending her out there, you know, just to do the small things like the decks, the
Chimneys.
porches,
Yep,
and stuff
yep.
like that. And then I can go out and do the new construction. I might even pull her out there with me
Of course.
to teach her how to
Absolutely.
do
Yes,
it.
yes. You got it.
Because if
I
I'm
mean,
not
if you're sick,
here,
you're on vacation,
or the fire department has a sale to go out on and I'm not here for some reason, she
Yeah.
can go out and do it and feel confident. that
train
she's
your
doing it
replacement.
right. Yeah.
No, that's what
Temporary
a good-
replacement.
Well, that's what a good manager does.
Yes, we
Train
agree.
your own manager, the replacement rather. So make that.
We're not pushing you out the door.
Oh, no.
Our end maybe, but we're not.
No, I'm trying to get out the door. She won't let me.
No, you're not going anywhere.
Well, I think the other part people don't realize impacts. We're pushing more and more, even in real estate, advising people they need to get the necessary permits, get the permits signed
right.
off.
Yep.
While we keep pushing that, that puts more work, that if they're doing the right thing, it's gonna put more work into the
course.
assessors
Of course.
to keep up on all these records, and it matters.
And they're protecting themselves by doing that.
Oh, absolutely, it's not going away.
No.
Anybody who thought they were gonna slide by and not do something, they're caught now, not only because their home gets inspected by an inspector, but the appraisers follow up on all the permitting process to make sure everything was
Because
done
it's
legally.
online, you put down building
we get a lot of
permit,
that.
plumbing permit,
A lot of that.
I mean, it's on the card, so that's so helpful. One of the best things we've done is putting everything online.
If we can get those maps and the zoning layers
Yeah,
and all
oh.
that online, that's
That'll
gonna
be awesome. It's,
Free
you know,
up a lot
poor,
of time.
pour Mark Becker is caught in a conundrum in Webster. He doesn't have the money to put his field cards online, and so he's got people coming in all the time getting field cards.
Wow.
And so that's sucking labor.
time, yeah.
Yeah, so it's, you know, he's got the maps online, but he doesn't have the field cards.
Right.
So he's getting killed with people with assessors.
Because once he does that, they can link together.
That's right. So, you know, it's a chicken and egg thing. He doesn't have the money to put it in, but he has to have the bodies to cover the people at the door.
Oh, we might get some new growth too, the supplemental billing that we do, so if a house was assessed and then the following fiscal year it increases more than 50%, by the time they get their occupancy, we can send out supplemental bills.
So let
Legislature,
me just explain that. We used to, as of January 1st, whatever was there, that's what we assessed them on. And then the legislature in their infinite wisdom allows us to go to June 30th now.
correct.
So that's the supplemental building that Lisa is talking about. So we pick up really, when the house was done on January 15th,
Mhm.
we pick up that completeness that we didn't have before. We had to wait until the next fiscal year to pick it up.
So now legislature, the way it was is you take the total assessment, if it increased more than 50%, you send out the supplemental. Now we're not counting the land, it's building only. So we should be able to pick up a little bit more.
In a town that shall not be named, there was a 8-lot subdivision that was done on paper. The town assessed it as if the road was in there, and assessed the values as, and as you know, by law, if you don't pay the tax bill, you can't file an abatement. And of course, this is not a town that does it quarterly.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Pardon? Yeah,
I can imagine.
yeah, $7,000 for nothing.
And had you not watched that, you would have paid and just been on your way. And that's why people have to be diligent.
Absolutely.
I take pride in my assessments and my accuracy, and I want people to go online, and I want them to look at their field card, and I want them to make sure everything is right on there, so that they're assessed fairly. We picked up a lot in these cyclicals, so hopefully we're really good now. But there was some that a person was paying a lot more than what they should have.
Oh,
They
I just saw it in an estate, and I said, why in God's name didn't you file an abatement? You know, we had it assessed just like it was a normal average house instead of a piece of crap fall down handyman special.
And that's why we have the cyclicals, to pick up these things. But
Right.
that's once every 9 years.
I hear
You
you.
know, so they could have been paying for the last 9 years on something that they didn't have to pay on.
So are we all gonna be around on November 18th, the good Lord willing?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I'll see if my book lets me. Looks good.
Okay.
Perfect.
I think I can make it to Dudley Court by 9 o'clock.
I think you're safe.
Do we have anything else that we need to discuss? Anything else
Any
happening?
old business, new business, monkey business?
Not that I can think of. Like I said, we're just gonna focus on the recap sheet right now. I have to sort through all the betterments, get those on the bills. I pass due water and sewer liens, so that's what I'm gonna be working on right now, to put on the tax bills.
I'll give you a quick update on Economic Development Committee, because our new chairman is a very tech-savvy person, John Breyer,
Oh,
and he
yes.
is bringing us into this dimension.
I love
on all
our
of
website.
that.
Have
He's
you
done
gone
a
into the
great,
new
he's
No, I
website?
done a
haven't.
great
Oh,
job.
it's awesome.
We can do our own now,
I-
each
it's
office.
awesome.
It's great. I could put anything on there. take it
I've
off.
never seen a meeting before, you know,
Mhm.
and now I
They
can
were
go on
always
and.
on there.
Pardon?
They were always on there,
But
but you never found it.
right, exactly. I couldn't find you. Now everything's right there. I just love the format.
And he's
Yeah.
figuring out some ways that the town can legally advertise and get clicks and get
Yes,
money,
yes.
revenue coming into the town. So I have to compliment him. He's fantastic
He's a
on
sharp
doing
guy,
that.
John.
I mean, I'd love to see him take a larger role in town government.
I agree.
But we're glad to have him taking over
Yeah.
that, for sure.
Well, we had the experience of having John on the Assessors Board.
Yes, that
for a
is
3-year
correct.
period, so we were,
But we were too boring for him.
we were. Yeah, there was no fighting and, you know, none of that stuff going on, so not enough action.
Okay. And I just think people should pay attention to what they do. We have a brochure that's finally completed, and it's getting its first draft, so we'll have something that we'll be able to give out to people who have an interest in the town to get a little more information about it, so I think we've made some headway on that. Other than that, not much that I know of that's happening.
Well, if the economy would improve, if the people would have enough money to pay attention.
This is true. This is true.
Sorry, couldn't resist it.
All right, we have nothing else. I'm gonna make a motion that we adjourn.
And I will second that.
Oh, it's unanimous by far.